The accommodation industry is one of the biggest and fastest growing industries in the modern economy. In 2018, the global travel accommodation market size was valued at more than $600 billion and is projected to reach almost $900 billion by 2026. Revenues in the accommodation sector grew 3.1% in 2019 to $227 billion. We see sales approaching $234 billion in 2020. In Slovenia we have 665 hotels and almost 6 million tourists visited Slovenia in 2018. Revenue in the hotels segment amounts to $247 million in 2019. Revenue is expected to show an annual growth rate of 6.3%. The synergy that occurs most frequently in the tourism industry is between hotels and restaurants. Although the restaurants invariably precede the hotels, there have been numerous attempts to integrate hotel and airline operations. Airlines require very high levels of capitalization. Since profitability in the airline sector is dependent on the maximization of capital investment, airlines cannot survive on the low occupancy rates that are commonplace in hotels or restaurants. Presently, more than 2.3 billion people are active on social media, and that number increases daily, which is why virtual communities have such a big impact on accommodation industry in this day and era. Social networks and insights like TripAdvisor, Booking and Trivago have had a profound impact on customers, which has led to more transparency and, overall, to an improved quality of the services provided by hospitality companies. Challenge associated with digital media are reviews on blogs that can make or break a hotel's reputation. For example, 81% of online customers still read reviews on TripAdvisor, Google, Booking.com, and other trusted sites before booking a room. The sharing economy has grown to be worth approximately $15 billion with the rise of sharing homes, cars and services. For accommodation industry, Airbnb represents a major disruption in the hotel industry, making the competitive landscape tougher than ever. This is further reinforced by the fact that lodging properties listed on Airbnb do not necessarily have to comply with the same rules and regulations than traditional hotels. A report from Morgan Stanley found that 42% of travelers had replaced a traditional hotel visit with Airbnb services. The travel and tourism industry is one of the world's largest and fastest growing industries. In 2018, this industry grew 3.9% to contribute a record $8.8 trillion and 319 million jobs to the global economy that year. Moreover, low-cost carriers and a growth of GDP in the emerging markets are enabling more and more people to travel. The challenge in the future is to find a way to build more properties to accommodate increasing numbers of guests. As the mass tourism grows, the impact of tourism on environment becomes more important. According to the Cambridge Institute, tourism contributes about 5% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Transparency and accountability are becoming more important as travelers want to know the impact of their environmental responsibility. Sustainable and socially responsible strategies now shift towards a circular economy. The challenge in the future is building more eco-friendly stays and reducing carbon footprint on the environment. Slovenia is already focusing on green and sustainable tourism. Ljubljana was named the European Green Capital in 2016. Slovenia has many green accommodations all around the country. Based on the data we collected, we found out that Slovenia is involved more in the forward participation part of the industry. Through the calculations we made, we can support the theory by the data from OECD. The next step was to find the activities that the upstreaming process involves. Slovenia is promoted as a green, active and healthy destination for 5-star experiences carried out by the Slovenian Tourist Board. Those activities have made our country a desirable and attractive global tourist destination. The fact that Slovenia is an all-year-round destination makes it more attractive. Slovenia has emerged as a full-on foodie destination. For such a small country, it boasts an incredibly diverse range of food choice. The Slovenian Tourist Board has identified 24 culinary micro-regions and has encouraged restaurants and local authorities to highlight their own specialities. Everywhere the emphasis is on farm fresh and the sustainability process. Slovenia also has a very diverse activity program that can be enjoyed over the whole year. Activities such as rafting, kayaking, canyoning, hiking, skiing and also going to the beach in the summer make Slovenia a very interesting destination for all kinds of visitors. First suggestion for improvement of accommodation industry in Slovenia is an artificial island. Slovenia has really short and not so attractive beach. With new island we would certainly improve that. On the island we could organize summer music festivals and also some cultural events, such as wine tasting, which would definitely make Slovenia more recognizable. There could also be a prestigious floating hotel complex. Next suggestion is building more eco-resorts. There is a lot of opportunities for eco-resorts and self-sustainable resorts. Resorts that are eco-friendly would most certainly raise awareness in the world. There is more and more emphasis on green energy, and we believe there is a lot of potential in eco-resorts. There are also opportunities to cooperate with farmers and local growing industry. With that alliance we could focus on local dishes and could improve farming tourism. We see opportunities in organizing tastings of local dishes. This would also give more opportunities for the local farmers to extend their business. We also see potential in organizing more congresses and conferences. Slovenia, with its central position in the European Union, has great prospects of becoming a leading location in hosting congresses and conferences. Whether one would like to organize a congress by the sea, near the mountains or in the capital, Slovenia is the perfect country to do so. And lastly, there are not enough 5-star hotels in Slovenia. In order to be able to host greater congresses we need to build new and more specialized infrastructure, meaning more 4- and 5-star hotels with convenient congress rooms. Accommodation industry can be heavily vertically integrated. By doing that they manage to achieve better experience for their guests. Overall quality rises and subsequently their market grows. They achieve vertical integration by connecting and purchase of another hotel chain, taxi company, nearby restaurant or even a travel agency in order to diversify their sales network. Accommodation industry can also be horizontally integrated to achieve economies of scale, reduce competition and lower their costs. The basics of horizontal integration are connections within the same segment, in this case, of accommodation activity. On the left side, we can see a perfect example of vertical integration of Hilton Hotel Group through the consumers, retailers, wholesalers and principals and what horizontal connections are there within each segment. Thank you for your attention and watching our video.